5:55 a.m. It's Friday morning, January 9th, 2026. We've had, I believe we've had precipitation kicking off overnight. We got quite the windy morning. I'm not going to step out, but we have Miss Luna up here with actual cloud activity. See if we can focus it. It's a little better, huh? Sorry, this is quite windy out here. It's warm. Well, those are some warm breezes that we've got kicking off. Look at that. I've been up since, a little after 1 a.m. Just been laying in bed. I slept for, approximately, look there. Can you see that? I slept for about, 3 hours or less. Bit of sleep that we've had. Yeah, always activity up there in the sky. But anyways, what woke me up was my middle finger. Where'd you go, buddy? Screw it. This is gonna be all over the place, people. Still not quite with it. But anyways, the middle finger of my left hand, the tip of it, was completely dead. Too much pressure. I don't know what caused. Because it was strange. It was just that finger alone, just the tip of it. I'm starting to sweat again. God, there's a cat down here. Anyways, I must be getting a little bit better because I've had thoughts once again throughout the night over this, that, and the other thing. My lung capacity is getting a little bit better. I'm starting to breathe, or I'm starting to have deeper breathing capability. Still a little bit labored, and of course, yeah, I'm still succumbing to whatever this is. But I have to ask, what kind of illness, or a viral illness I should state, brings on heavy bouts of gas? No, nothing, I've had no diarrhea or anything like that, just a lot of gas, and without eating any type of gaseous foods. But I've been percolating like a coffee pot. And I don't know, I just don't get it. But what kind of body actually fills with gas? A dead body, right? And you're not supposed to speak ill of the dead. But you remember that puke, Senator John McCain? That fake Vietnam hero, according to the narratives. And you remember the last thing that he was so-called famous for? Here, let's kind of click this side. You know, he was famous for that right there, right? Okay, so supposedly there was no good feelings between McCain and Trump. And of course that carried over through his daughter, right? But, come on. Um, you know, we've had this thing with Venezuela. Wow, my stomach's actually starting to grumble and growl. I've not had that happen since the onset of this. I've had no real hunger pains, if you will. No growling of the stomach until just now. Huh, well, I must be getting a little bit better then, step by step. But anyways, why I thought of John McCain, I don't know, but so we've had this thing with Venezuela, and I spoke up, well, okay, what's next? Colombia? Well, what you know, Colombia and those other countries nearby, basically under the gun, right? Oh, and don't get me started on the new demolition plans to the White House and all that good stuff. I'm still pondering thoughts over that. With West Wing now along with East Wing. Well, let's go ahead and I want to jump to something else here. You know, ever since this pathetic onset of AI, the functionality of my phone has decreased significantly. You know, I've got a security pin in order to open up the screen as soon as turn the phone on or whatever, which the phone is always on. But now, I put in my code, and it literally takes a second or two for that to clear out, and for the phone to gain its functionality. And then, like I've stated, the finger swiping and all that, it's taking longer. Well, I've noticed this through my TV too, in which I use antenna TV, and I'm not hooked up to cable or satellite, and going from channel to channel, there's a heck of a delay. It seems like everything is on the slowdown when we're dealing with technology, or today's technology. And once again, through this onset of artificial intelligence. And now we got this situation to where you cannot trust anything that you see nor hear because of this ridiculous crap known as artificial intelligence. To where now it's even starting to bother a lot of, it's bothering a lot of content creators out there. Now, I'm not monetized. Never have been, never planned on being monetized. But I can understand why so many content creators are very upset and alarmed. over what's kicking today. Especially if you're one to where you have the uncanny knack to be able to see into the future through connecting information, reading between the lines, and all that good stuff. And I have to agree with Sky Anomalies. I'm still standing too. Stand strong, girl. If you're watching this, hang tough and stand strong. Keep doing what you're doing. But here's an idea for you. Fight back. Come out with content and entitle it as Create with Your Hands and not AI. And repost some of that crazier content from quite a while back, such as with the balloon. Why not bring that back to the table, right? That so-called Chinese balloon. Create with your hands and not AI. Start a movement. We can do this, you know. I believe more people should jump on that bandwagon. Keep humanity alive. Create with your hands and not through AI. Okay, before I wear myself out too much, I believe I need to grab me something to eat, more so slam down some water. Starting to liven up around here. And believe it or not, even at this early hours of the morning, I've heard blue jays out here, but of course we've got these freaking floodlights out here that tends to keep the animals awake and active. And of course, once again, you know, got a cat out here that's waiting for breakfast, and that's still quite a little ways away. But anyways, I'm going to leave a link to what I am referring to as far as Sky Anomalies channel and her content. Her gnarly tree caught my attention. Now, I'm not going to leave a link to that video, but I will. Wow, we are getting severely overcast now. I do believe that we are entering into a possible permacloud state of being, because there is just no signs of the glow of the moon working their marvelous wonders once again, huh? Yep, that is what's occurred. We have just entered into the permacloud state. So I hope you guys enjoyed what you got to see of the moon and actual clouds, if you will. But yeah, on that note, I need to, yeah, I'm already starting to lose my steam. So we shall end it here. I shall bid you adieu and a fond farewell for now. Take care. Have a great one. Thank you ever so kindly for watching. Click the link if you're interested. We'll see you next time back here on this flip side of reality. Alright, 6:15 a.m. now, and I guess I was wrong pertaining to the permacloud situation as we got this kicking off once again. And you'll just have to forgive me. It's dark out here and hard to see the night skies. But when that thing just disappears altogether and nothing but darkness prevails, well, you go with your gut instincts, and mine was not all that great. But hey, I do remember why I brought up old John McCain. Bomb, 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 Iran. Bomb, 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 Iran. Yeah. Well, he got quite a little bit of backlash over that, right? Well, guess what's going to end up happening? I do believe that Donald Trump is going to take John McCain's advice from the grave, if you will. Right? I do believe that will be forthcoming in our future as far as events. We've got one hell of a warmonger on our hands that claims he's doing this through instilling peace. And just like what I've stated before, on this warfare of a world, a planet that has never known peace, the only way that humanity will find peace is when humanity is gone. And that is where we're going when the onset of a superior type of being. We've been told all this through, all this predictive programming, Hollywood and whatnot. And I got one more thing that I'd like to bring to the table. And this is kind of a crazy scenario. When is it good or a good thing to lie? Is it ever proper to lie? Well, let's see if I can give you an answer on that. Okay, so this is going to be the excuse that we will hear in the future. Sometimes lies are told in order to inspire higher truths. Again, sometimes lies are told in order to inspire higher truths. We are already being told about AI bringing about a new type of spiritualism leading into a possible new religious movement. And a religious movement which will have such heightened fervor to inspire a third world holy war. Sometimes lies are told in order to inspire higher truths. Would you like to know where that came from? Well, I don't know if it can be found out there in the literary world or not. But this was a line in the script from the TV series, according to Jim, starring Jim Belushi, James Belushi. Okay, people, sorry for the false ending as usual, but you know, sometimes those afterthoughts become 2020 hindsight views, if you will. Yeah, I've got the light turned on out here, so it's giving a little bit of a different quality too. Well, maybe that's what I should have been doing before with my nighttime observations, is to have the porch light on out here. Whoops, that kind of progged things up, didn't it? You can see, still, there we go. Now let's drop this lighting down. Go back up here. Wow, that wind actually feels good. I am sweating. I don't know what the temperature might be out here. There's no evidence of any lingering ground snows. But we're supposed to be moving back into that phase after more rain. So, alright, I think that's enough. Alright, I'll just go ahead and sign off, as I've already done that. Typical sign off that I do. Wow, is that wind blustery? Alright, people, take care, have a great one, blah blah blah, Skywise out.